Alright, Snook Club fans, today I'm going to teach you how Jay Linesider likes to catch most of his snook. As you can see, I got a 1.5 ounce jig head with a Shrimptail here, and this particular head is a H-style do-it mold head. Now I've modified the mold on the jig head mold to accept a 7.0 mustad hook, and that's slightly bigger than the size it comes with. The 7.0 allows you to pull out those fish from the big pilings and really crank down on the drag on your 30, 60, 80 pound test, whatever you happen to be using. Now you're going to want to make sure that hook is sharp before you start fishing. This one's very sharp, and I'm going to show you how I like to thread these Shrimptails on here. First of all, I got my little bag of jig heads. This jig head, I'm going to attach a Shrimptail to it, and this particular Shrimptail is a Cuervo Gold, and it's made by a fellow out in Texas. You can buy these in bulk. They come out to about 30 cents each. So you make your own jig, you buy these Shrimptails, you're not out but about $1 if you happen to catch the bottom while snook fishing. And if you're not catching the bottom, you're not really snook fishing. Now what I like to do is I like to figure out where I'm going to come out. I want to come out right in the dead center, and I'll start the threading process, and I'll push it down a little ways like that, and then when I get to about there, I'm going to push it out, and then I'm going to start threading it up. Now you want to make sure you're in the center. That looks pretty much in the center, and then you're going to want to work this tail up to about there where this collar is. Now I stopped here because I'm going to want to drop some super glue on there to keep those Shrimptails from falling off. If you ever had a Shrimptail come down, it's like having your pants pulled down. It's not too good. Shrimp doesn't work good when it's down there. You want to get that on there, and when you got it centered onto where you want, and push up as far as it'll go, then you're done. Now, ideally, if the bite's hot, you're going to have to start fishing with it just like this, but ideally you let that glue set for 5 minutes or so before you start using it, because it is more apt to pull down if you don't let it set for a little while. But it's starting to set already, as you can see. It doesn't look like it's going to fall down, and it's about the right place for that hook coming out. You want to make this tail, you want to make sure it's straight like that, because the action is going to be, you're going to be popping this thing up and down about 6 to 18 inches off the bottom, up and down, and then when a snook hits it, it's usually going to be when it's falling down like this, right before it hits the bottom again. You're going to feel a big thump. Sometimes you won't feel thump, sometimes you just think you caught the bottom, and you pull back, and the fish will start running. So that's Jay Linesider here, telling you how I like to catch snook. Usually I do this in about 10 to 20 feet of water. Usually it's better to have some running water. You want to have moving water when you're fishing for snook, and that's when they usually are feeding. So this color is one of my favorite colors. This is a Cuervo Gold or a root beer metal flake. It's kind of the same thing. Slightly different colors, but I like the gold color. It seems to do best for me. I always have one of these ready to go. There's some other colors that work too, but this one I have the most confidence in. Tight lines, everybody.